right. Hello, everybody. Can we all hear audio? Is that working for everyone now? I apologize for the technical difficulties. Thank you all. Thank you, Monica, for being so patient with us. I will get the presentation pulled up. We're a little bit behind, but we will get going. So we are so fortunate today to have Rocky Mountain Power here presenting to us today about energy efficiency. As you all know, this month we are focusing on environmental wellness, and the theme is how can we be an everyday environmentalist? We want to show you what are some easy ways we can integrate environmentally or environmental wellness activities into your lives. How can we practice this, because it can be overwhelming sometimes. And so how can we make those small changes to really work together to make a really big difference? So as I had mentioned, this week we're really focusing on energy efficiency. If you haven't already, we created a healthy lifestyles calendar with different daily environmental activities that you can participate in. And we hope that you will download that. You'll get points for participating in each activity, and you can mark those points off in well steps. We've also got a bunch of different environmental wellness workshops coming up, so please participate, register for those. We've got a lot of great people coming and presenting. And all of that information, if you're wanting to register, if you're looking for the calendars, if you're looking for the different hikes we have coming up, go check out our Healthy Lifestyles webpage. For those of you that are here today, we will have you sign in to get your Healthy Lifestyles points. So I just threw the sign in the chat box, so be sure to click on there and get your points for today. And yeah, I'm just going to introduce our speakers real quick, and then we will get going. So first off, we have Monica Brissett, who is the Regional Business Manager for Rocky Mountain Power. Monica, thank you guys again so much for being here today. Really can't thank you enough. And she's going to talk about some general tips about energy efficiency. We will then be able to hear from Chris Canoff. He's the Program Manager for Implementation and Operation of Rocky Mountain Power Demand Response Programs, including their residential Cool Keeper program. He has been working with the company's energy efficiency programs and customers for over 16 years, so he's got a lot of experience underneath his belt. And then lastly, we will hear from Jill Fredrickson, who is the program manager for Rocky Mountain Power's residential energy efficiency program, Watt Smart Homes. So they've got a lot of great programs to talk about and a plethora of knowledge to share with us. So I'm going to pull up the presentation and we will get going. Give me one sec, sorry. I am sorry, technology just has not been my friend today. There we go. And that's not working either. Let me see if there's a way to make you a presenter, Monica. All right, why don't you see if you can share it on your end now? Yay. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, so you're able to see it. We're good to go then? Can you hear me as well?
Yes, I can hear you great.
Perfect. Okay, so are we ready to get started?
Yes, whenever you're ready.
Okay, perfect. Well, I just want to thank you so much for the introduction, and I want to thank everybody for being here and for giving us the opportunity to present some energy saving tips and introduce some of our efficiency programs. So thank you for your time. So let's go ahead and get started with some tips on cooling your home. You know, we like to recommend that you keep your thermostat at a certain temperature and make use of those programmable or smart thermostats to run your air conditioning when you're at home. Also, you can make use of portable and ceiling fans. They use much less electricity than central air. And you know, if you just remember to turn them off whenever you're leaving a room, that's also great. Making sure that you keep your filters clean and avoid using appliances such as like the oven, the range, the dishwasher, and the dryer during the hottest parts of the day, especially in the summer, and especially around those peak times, which we consider around in the afternoon, probably the hottest time around the day being 3 p.m. Another great way to cool your home is via landscaping, and we recommend that you plant some trees, especially around the southwest and southeast sides of your home. Moving on to heating your home, which it's coming up with the changing weather. So when you're at home and when you're awake, you can also set your temperatures to be somewhere stable and comfortable. And we also recommend that you set your thermostats again. You can program them so you set it and forget it basically. And you can actually also lower the temperature by several degrees when you're away from your home and when you're asleep. Again, those programmables and smart thermostats are great. Like I said, you can just set it and forget it, especially when you're away from home. Again, don't forget to clean and replace your furnace filters, especially once a month. And this not only helps with efficiency, but also for wellness, since it actually helps clean the air in your home. During the wintertime, especially here, I think is very beneficial for you to open your blinds, your curtains to let the sun in. Feels really nice and warm, especially in those winter days. We also recommend that you try to fix any of your air leaks and replace some weather stripping in case that you see that it needs replacing. If you also have electric heat, we recommend that you can install a heat pump to increase your efficiency with that, if that is something that you're interested in or are willing to do. Again, moving on to taking care of some repairs around your home to make things a little better. Via air sealing, you can check for any air leaks by actually dampening your hand, and you can just move around to detect any of the leaks around the doors, the windows, window sills, window plates, behind any electrical outlets, around any lighting and ceiling fans, especially around the attic as well. And if you have a chimney, you can check those as well. And then see what needs to be fixed, and you can do some weather stripping on that. Same thing with insulation. It's actually quite important here. Adding insulation is a great way to maximize your home's energy efficiency. And you can actually determine the level of existing insulation in your home. And if it's less than 12 inches, especially around in your attic, we recommend that you put a little bit more in it. And if you decide to work on projects like this, we recommend that you check the R value on your insulation. So the higher the number that you see, the better it is with insulation capabilities. For water heating, we recommend obviously that you fix any leaks that you see, especially around your faucets. In the bathroom, you can install some energy efficient shower heads. And, you know, it not only helps with that, but also it helps you reduce your water usage by controlling the flow. I know those baths are really nice, but actually showers are a little bit better, more efficient. So if you kind of try to limit those, that's a great way to create some efficiency in your home. You can also set your water heaters. You can set the temperature, and we recommend that you actually consult your owner's manual for that. And insulating water pipes is also really good, and an efficient way to do around insulating your pipes. Around the kitchen, there are some really great ways to save some energy. I would recommend that you make better use of those smaller appliances like your microwave, your toaster oven, and your slow cooker instead of using the oven. If one of your recipes calls for preheating the oven, we recommend that you turn it on about just 10 minutes before you're getting ready to put your baking goods in there. And if you actually use ceramic or glass dishes, you can actually lower your oven temperature by 25 degrees because these are very good conductors for heat. When it comes to your refrigerator, you can check the temperature on it, make sure it's between 37 and 40 degrees, and set your freezer at 0. This creates really good efficiency, and it's also good for food safety. Keep the vents on your refrigerator locked, and make sure all the liquids that you put inside of your refrigerator are actually covered. For the dishwasher, we recommend that you only run it when it's actually full, but not overloaded. And if you can make use of the shortest wash available to you, recommend that you use that instead of trying to do the longer washes, especially, since we tend to kind of already rinse them and get the food particles out of it before we put them in sometimes. Some tips for your laundry. If you use your dryer, obviously in the summer, we can take advantage of the really, really hot weather that we have. So you can, if you're able, you can hang your clothes outside. And then during the winter time, we recommend that you separate loads. So depending on how fast or how slow your clothes take to dry, so by separating them, you can just run more efficient loads that way. And just remember to always clean your filter and also the vent at least once a year. And for your washers, obviously really good if you use the cold water setting on it. You can even use the warm one instead of just the really, really hot one, and try to rinse your clothes with cold water and try to run full loads. And then when you don't have as much clothing to wash, we recommend that you try to see if there's a setting to reduce the water when you're using that. For lighting, this one we all know and are pretty familiar with. Every time that you leave a room, turn the light out, use those LED bulbs. And at night, and for safety reasons, you can use timers on lights, or you can use motion sensors as well. For your computers and electronics, you can just turn them off whenever you're not using them. You can also unplug them. And another really good option is to use power strips. So you can just turn them off when you're not using the electronics plugged into them. And you can actually look into advanced power strips, which they automatically sense when your electronics are idle. So it cuts off the power flow to them automatically, so you don't even have to do anything. If you're lucky enough to have a pool or a spa, we recommend that you check your manufacturer's recommendations on how often to run the pump. You can also, they generally have a timer, so you can set the timers. Make sure you, again, always keep the filters clean. If you have a heated pool, you can lower the degrees you can lower the temperature up to 4 degrees to save on energy. Covers are a really good way to not only keep the heat in, but also keep the debris out. And you can consider upgrading to an energy efficiency variable speed pool pump, so you can save some cash while you're using your pool or spa. And just really quick tips on that. We thank you for your time. I'll pass it on to one of my colleagues, Jill, and she can go over some of our programs and we can move forward with that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Monica. That was a lot of really great information and tips. We'll have to put that on a flyer or something and send that out because that was super useful, and I feel like I learned a ton. So hopefully Jill's able to unmute herself. If not, Jill, just let us know.
There we go. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, and you can see my screen now too?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, so to tie into what Monica just shared with you about energy saving tips, I'm just going to share with you some information about our Watt Smart Homes program, which will help you with those different tips and tricks as far as, saving money on products and services you might be in the market for. So let me just go to the next slide.
I think you may have to reshare your slides again. Sorry.
Okay. No worries. Let's try it again.
Perfect. There we go.
Okay, great. So I'll go over some things that the Watt Smart Homes program offers, the different products that we incentivized, and how we pay out our incentives. So first, we offer incentives on energy efficient products for single family, multifamily, and new construction. So, and we also have manufactured homes within that umbrella as well. So we have options for everyone to participate. The different kinds of HVAC equipment that we incentivize are heat pumps, central air conditioners, room air conditioners. We also have incentives for evaporative coolers if you're still cooling that way, whole house ventilation fans, smart thermostats, and then duct sealing and insulation. So some of those things that Monica was talking about, duct sealing and insulation, we have an incentive offer if you were to go ahead and improve your insulation and do some air sealing in your home. So just some ideas on things and different incentives and incentivized products, I should say. And then for appliances, we really kind of have incentives on pretty much any appliance, typical appliances that you have in your home. So clothes washers, dishwashers, freezers, refrigerators, heat pump clothes dryers, which is kind of a newer technology, but it uses heat pump technology to dry clothes. Engine block heaters. This one's an interesting one. It's kind of taking. We're seeing volume increase in engine block heater controls, and essentially, if you have a diesel-powered truck, an engine block heater control will, when you plug your truck in to keep the engine block warm in the cold months, instead of it being plugged into a traditional outlet and just staying warm the whole time it's plugged in, which diesel trucks don't need, you can have an engine block heater control there, and it will turn it on, an hour or 2 hours, however you set it, before you're actually going to need to start the truck, and the block will be warm. So that's a big way for people with diesel trucks to save on their energy bills when they have them plugged in the winter months. And then, of course, room air cleaners, just the typical, and then also heat pump water heaters. So it's a water heater, but it's not natural gas. It uses heat pump technology and electricity. And then weatherization, those were some of the things that Monica talked about also in to reduce your energy bill. And insulation is a big one. Insulating your home. We offer incentives for attic insulation, floor insulation, and wall insulation. So if you're going to be doing any of that and you're a Rocky Mountain Power customer, be sure to check out our website for those incentives. air sealing, and then windows. So if you're going to install windows in your home, there's some incentives available for those as well. We also have incentives for smart accessories, so lighting occupancy sensors, which essentially occupancy sensors sense when the room is being occupied and when it's not being occupied. So if it doesn't sense occupancy, people moving around in the room, then it will turn the lights off. So that helps you save on your energy bill there. Smart plugs is the same kind of technology, just things that you're plugging it into the smart plug. Smart switches, which are light switches, and those two, smart plugs and smart switches, you can control from your phone. So you can, remotely turn on and off your light switches and start and stop things that are plugged into the smart plug. The home energy management system really incorporates all of the three things above it in just more volume. So your whole home would be smart system home energy management on your phone or your mobile device. And you can also include smart thermostats in that home energy management system as well. So the different ways that we pay those incentives for most of the HVAC products, minus the evaporative coolers, it's really you make the purchase either at a retailer or with a contractor or a trade ally, and then you submit your application after that purchase and the installation has been made, and then we will send you your incentive in the form of a check. The other options are at the point of sale. So we have partnerships with different retailers and manufacturers who will just give the discount right at the point of sale without you having to do anything. There will be advertising material up on those products and services throughout the store that we incentivize, so you'll know that you're getting an incentive from Rocky Mountain Power. And then we also have an instant incentive coupon. So if you're in store and it's not a point of sale where we already have that partnership where they're going to automatically discount it, you'll see advertisement there where you can go through a few steps, provide us some information, and we'll give you a coupon code that you give to the cash register or the cashier, and they will give you that discount right there at the point of sale with the coupon code. So a couple of different ways to get your incentives for the program. We also, we do conduct inspections on some of the products and services, mainly HVAC products and weatherization, so insulation, air sealing, and windows. We only do a certain percentage, so it's not a guarantee or requirement that your installation be inspected, but we do that to make sure that our partners are following installation practices and that everything is functioning the way that it should be. So you should see the results that we're anticipating you would see with an energy savings. We also offer virtual installation assistance. So this is mostly used for smart thermostat installations, but we can help with other things as well. The manufacturer that you buy the product from will typically have some install help also, but we also will add to that if you need help installing those products. So we do offer that service, and that's free of charge. There's a lot of products, and with that, there's a lot of different qualification requirements, and then many different incentive levels depending on the product that you're purchasing. So anytime you're going to be out in the market for any one of the products that we talked about, and you're a Rocky Mountain Power customer, I would encourage you to visit our website at wattsmarthomes.com to check out what the qualification and requirements are and what the incentive levels are. We also have qualified product lists on our website, so you know if you can find out if the product that you're purchasing is on that list or not. And we also have our partners listed there, so retail locations that participate in the program with us, and also HVAC contractors insulation contractors who are participating in the program and will be able to assist you with the application process, as well as, you know, installing the products or services that you're having installed. And then they can submit those applications for you, or you can submit them yourself. But they're a great help aid also when you're making any of these purchases or installations. And that's a lot of information. If you have questions, maybe we can hold it to the end after Chris goes, or I'll let Brooke direct us on that.
Yeah, and if you have any questions at all, please feel free to throw them in the chat box and we can let Jill know, or we can save them for the end too if something comes up along the way. But thank you so much for all that information. That was wonderful, and I had no idea that there were even these, you know, incentives and different devices and smart accessories that can be utilized to help us be more energy efficient. I think that's all wonderful. So thank you so much for sharing, Jill. And then I guess we'll turn the time over to Chris. So let me make you a presenter now, and then we can get going.
Can you hear me, Brooke?
Yes, I can.
Okay, that's half the battle right there.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And hopefully you should be able to share your screen.
Okay. See if I can. There we go. Share. Okay. Does that work for you guys? Can you see that?
I can.
Okay. Well, I'll take it away. Thank you very much for the invite today. I appreciate it. The opportunity couldn't come at a better time because we are expanding in the Wasatch Front our Cool Keeper program. I'm going to talk about a little different about power today. It's about demand and demand response programs that we run, and one that Rocky Mountain Power has, one of them, is the Cool Keeper program. You might have heard of it or seen advertisements about it. If I can, oops, will it advance? There it goes. So this is the Cool Keeper system. Real quick, we have individual switches that we can toggle on and off for residential customers on their AC units, and that provides Rocky Mountain Power with additional energy that it can use in emergency situations or upon peak load situations when it's really, really hot and there's a lot of AC, a lot of energy use, and we see that we need an opportunity to use or have access to some energy. And so this I'm not going to go into real details on what everything is here, but we've got switches out there, and we've got a relay called a gateway. You can see on the poles there, and those are positioned around about 165 of those. We have about 106 actual Cool Keeper devices out there in the Wasatch Front. This is our service territory for the Cool Keeper program itself, about from North Ogden all the way down to Santaquin, and it's in the Salt Lake Wasatch Front proper. And you know, I recommend if customers, if any of the employees are interested in participating in the program, wonder if one, you have to be a Rocky Mountain Power customer, residential, and within our zip codes. If you have a question of whether or not you're in that area, just please give us a call at our 1-800 number or go online and you can get that contact number. And And I was going to see if I can play this. Let me know if you don't have hear the sound. This is just goes over our program real quick. This is on our website. Takes a minute. Oops, it's not playing. Oops. Is there a volume? You know what? I'm just going to skip over that video since it won't play the sound. I had a feeling it wouldn't. You can go on our website and actually view that. It's a nice little, goes through basically the points I'm going to go through. The parameters for the operation of the program, Coolkeeper events that we would call, is we call them between May 1 and September, the end of September, basically. Dispatch hours are between 2 and 9 o'clock, and we have emergency dispatches at any time. And these are parameters of the maximum that we operate the program, but typically the program events only last a couple of minutes. 99% of our customers do not even know that an event is even taking place, and it only operates the outdoor AC unit. It doesn't operate the indoor fan, so customers don't even realize that it's actually an event is happening because their indoor furnace fan is still blowing cool air past the coils, so the outdoor switch has just stopped the compressor from operating. Dispatch hours are Monday through Friday, excluding holidays, and it says dispatch duration is limited to 4 hours per day, but we never, they're usually a couple of minutes. Like I said, we call several events during the season due to the need, and like I said, we get very few customers contacting us about that it's off. They don't even know. Hardly, I have it at my house and I don't even know what's going. So Coolkeeper, the other good thing is about this is operating. You get a $30 bill credit, and that's an individual monthly credit. It actually comes at $6 over the season, $6 each month during the season, and customer gets that right on their bill, so they don't even have to worry about it. Most customers forget that they're even on the program until they get our letters actually in the mail. So, like I said, what is the value of the demand response? It's not saving energy, but it allows Rocky Mountain Power to have flexible resource at a low cost, with customers. So it's basically you're participating in a program that allows Rocky Mountain Power to keep costs low, because the alternative is to go out to either the marketplace where buying power is very expensive and, those costs would be passed along to the customers, or, building very expensive power plants or alternative power sources. So it's a way of keeping overall bills low. So if you don't currently participate in the program and you're interested in hearing more about it, you can go to our website and there's numbers to contact us. We are doing an expansion over the next couple of years, so customers that want to participate can. It's very easy. Just call and we'll set up an appointment if you want us to come out and install a switch. So this pop quiz, I threw this in here. The Coolkeeper, is it true or false? Coolkeeper turns off the whole air conditioner during a dispatch event, and it is false. It doesn't. turn off. You still have cold air blowing through the house during that time. It's shutting off just the outdoor pump. And then we can talk about questions, but if you want to visit for any of our programs, www.rockymountainpower.net and Saving Energy Choices. We have lots of programs out there, and CoalKeeper Demand Resource Program is one of them. And that's all I have, guys.
Great. Thank you so much, Chris. Again, I feel like just hearing from everyone today, we've been able to hear a plethora of information, and we've got a plethora of experience before us. So again, if any of our participants want to take advantage of this time and ask any questions about energy efficiency, about their different programs, throw those questions in the chat. We'll allow a few minutes for that, but again, I can't thank you guys all enough for taking the time to be here with us today and to present. It's been very, very informative.
Yes, thank you for having us. We appreciate the time. I know everybody's busy, so giving us an hour block of your time is great. So we appreciate it. While we wait for questions, I did throw in the chat our CoalKeeper program. So if anybody's interested, they can watch the video there. And there's also a link with our phone number and how to reach us in case you want to sign up for any of these programs as well.
Great, thank you so much. I see we do have one question from Laura. What sources of energy does our power come from percentage-wise?
I am going to throw, while I answer this question, another link in the chat, and that is for our integrated resource plan. You can go on the website and it details where our energy comes from. We are trying to, as everybody else, get our energy from renewable sources, and we want to, and we are planning up to a 74% reduction of greenhouse emission by 2030. So we do have solar plants. We have some hydro plants in some of our Pacific Northwest facilities. We also make use of natural gas, and we are trying to phase out our coal plants. We have a really exciting upcoming project for nuclear energy. And so we are really trying to change our percentage of energy to something that is more renewable. So in that link that I share, there's actually several presentations where we also take public input, and you can read on the process, and you can see presentations and specific charts that will detail this information.
Awesome, that's a great resource, thank you. And for all of those of you who still haven't, please remember to sign in for your Healthy Lifestyles points. I've put the Survey Monkey in there a few separate times, so be sure to click on that and we can get you your points for tuning in today. But if we don't have any other questions, we can wrap up a bit early. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you guys again for being here today. I've got lots of thank yous in the chat, and again, very great information. I feel like all of our participants really have benefited and will benefit from this. We'll actually post a recording of this workshop online, so those who weren't able to tune in today can go and watch the recording and still be able to get the information from today.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much, Brooke, for organizing and again for having us. Yeah,
You
appreciate
guys
it.
were all such a pleasure to work with. So thank you again, and we'll be in touch.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.